All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. All right, guys. All right, this is going to be the next part. We're going to be working on the product. So if you guys have been watching the channel carefully, the last video I made the product types. And uh, also you can add up new products. So like right now I have two items and you can edit and show you. You can update it. You can add up a new product. So you can add up, let me see, you can add up cards. And also I added some links over here on the top. And this is the other one, special tags. So you can add up a new tag. Let me add up templates. Let me just add up. Okay, so you can actually edit. So you can actually put website templates. You can update it. See, pretty cool. So pretty much these two are the same. So if you watch the video carefully, the last video, I show step by step how to do it. So if not, you can always navigate to my channel. You can actually go to my channel and you can actually watch the video. You can watch the last video right here. This one here, I have a playlist. And if you want to go to now, you can actually go. I don't want to do it like that. Actually, you can actually go to the GitHub right here, and you can check out the repo. This one right here, and you can actually get the code from there. Okay, so you can do that, and also too, you can actually check out. If you don't want to do it that way, you can actually check out my personal website. So you can actually go right here. I did some changes to my website, so you guys can check that out in your own time. So, all right, so I got that. So you can hover, do all of that. You can go slide to the top. You can go to the About page. So you can go here. I added some more stuff. If you were looking for a web design, that's me right there. You can go to my Facebook. You can go to my GitHub. You can go from there, and you can also email me if you have any questions. So you can do all of that. And let me see what else. And also, I have whatever I put in the YouTube, it will show up over here too. So whenever I deploy something, it will pop up over here, right here. You can actually see it. And the last page is I'm still working on this one about templates. You can add up to the card. See here, let me go back down. See, so I can add up to the card. You can remove it. Really cool. Yeah, so I'm still working on that. Still got to do that, and you can email me there. You can check out my Facebook, Twitter. You can go to my links right here. You can check that out right here. So feel free to check it out. You feel free to follow me. So anyways, so there's other ways you can actually check it out. So all right, so back to the project. So what we're gonna do is today we're actually gonna create create the products page. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So let me go ahead and close this out. Go ahead and close that. Let me go ahead and grab the project. So I have it open over here. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to my models folder here, and I'm going to create a class. And this one, I'm going to call it products. So go here, products. And we're going to call this one products, just like that. And here inside there, what we're going to do is we're going to implement the class first, and then we're going to do the migration. So I'm gonna give it an ID right here. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to give it a name. So whenever you do a name, you got to make it, you got to give it make it a string. If it's a number, you use the integer. So in this one, I want to make it require, and you click Control Dot, and it will give you choices. And I am going to select component model at data annotation. And the next one I'm going to use the price. So this one, I'm going to use decimal. I'm going to use decimal. And here, this is going to be for price. The price. And this one, I also going to make it require. So require. All right. So after that, what else I'm going to need? I'm going to need an image. So here I am going to use a string, and I'm going to pass an image here and there. And then on the image, after the image, I want to be able to select the color. So I'm going to do product. This one is going to be color. And this one I'm going to use the display, and I am going to display the name I want to do is, I am going to put a product color. That's what I wanted to display. All right, so the next one is going to be after product, and I want to use a Boolean, so to see if it's available. If I'm going to put down it's available. Available. Make sure you spell correctly. Yep, that's it. And this one here, I am going to do the same thing. I am going to use require. And then underneath that, I am going to make it a display. And let's give it a name. And then this one, I am going to make it available. Like that. And underneath it's available, I'm going to use the product type. This one is going to be an integer. I'm going to pass an ID, and this one is going to be product type ID. And this one is going to be require. And then we're going to do the display. We're going to pass a name. And here I am going to put product type. Okay. So this one here inside this class, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pass all these properties. So let me see this one. So here underneath that, I am going to pass, I'm going to put public, and this one is going to be virtual, and this one is going to be product types, and this one is going to be product types, and it's going to come from product types. And this one we're going to give it a get, and we're going to use a set. Okay, so that's that. And underneath here, we're going to pass up a product key. Ooh, a product key here. So I'm going to do is foreign. Foreign. I can spell it foreign. I like that, foreign key. And this one is going to be product type ID. Product ID. Control dot. And why it's not working? Give me a second. Why it's not working? Oh, this one's supposed to be with the I put it with the lowercase. This one's supposed to be capitalized K. Okay, foreign key type ID. All right, cool. So I have that. And then we're going to do the same thing, but this is going to be for the product, no, not product type. This is going to be for the special tag, which is going to be right here. And make sure you see how I messed up here. Product type over here. So here we're gonna call this one. We're gonna call this one a special tag. Special tag, like that. And here what we want to do is we're going to do integer, and it's going to be special tag ID. That's what we're going to call that. And here is going to be special tag ID. Okay, and then here we want to do is we want to do the same thing. It's going to be special tag, and here we're going to do special tag also. That way, when we're going to be working on the controller, we can access that. So let's triple check this. So we made a require. We want to display a special tag. We don't want to display a special tag ID. So, and this is going to be an integer, and we want to pass a foreign key. And this one we want to do a special tags ID. So this is special. This is right here. It's going to be product type. Yeah, okay, cool. So we got that. All right, so it is. All right, so that's that. Make sure I'm not missing anything. It's available. Okay, I think we're good. So price, decimal, string is the image. Require product. Okay, cool. So we're done with that. So now the next thing we got to do is we got to go to the folder, which is going to be the data. And here inside here, we're going to pass the product. So we want to do, what we want to do is pass the product here. So here we want to do is prop, and we want to do dv set, and we want to pass products, the name of the class, and this one we're going to call it, we want to call it products also. Yeah, products. All right, so that's that products. So then now that we told ASP.NET Core entity that we want to go ahead and do a new migration. So now we can actually open the console, and here you can do .NET EF migrations. And here we want to add a new one, and I'm going to call this one add products. And the output is going to be inside the data folders, and I'm going to call this one migrations. Okay, so every time you do a new migration, it's going to save it here on the side of the folder. It has like a history. So inside your folder, see, you have like a screenshot. I'm sorry, it's called a snapshot right here. So whenever you do a new migration, it will create a new one over here. Let's make sure there's no errors in there. Okay, it's building, and it's going to take a little bit. Okay, so if everything goes nice and smooth, you're not going to have any errors over here. So then once you do all of that, you can go here and triple check your folder. See, now I have a new one, which is called add products. So see, it created a new one. So now that I have created a new one, I'm going to go ahead and update the data. So that way you can go ahead and create the tables. All right. So what I want to do is I want to do .NET EF database update, like that. It takes a little bit, depends on your computer. So I'm going to skip it. Okay, so now that I have built it. So now I don't have any errors at all. So now go ahead and close this up, close that up. And now I am going to go to my controller folder, and I am going to create a new controller here inside the areas, inside the admin panel. And I'm going to go inside the controller, and I am going to call this one products. So I'm going to go here inside the products, create another MVC controller. And this one is going to be called, products. products controller. Okay, so now that I have that, I have to implement the area here, because if not, it's not gonna work. So here inside there, I am gonna call this one the admin, because we're working on the admin side. Make sure it's capitalized. Oh, let's make sure it's capitalized, because that's, see, it's called admin with a capital. All right, so now we can implement, since we already created the data. So now we can go ahead and inject our data here. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do CTOR for constructor, and I am going to implement application DB context. Go ahead and hit control dot so I can go ahead and inject it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in, and then I am gonna go ahead control dot, and I am gonna initialize it, and I am going to select this one, create a new field, and I always like to use the underscore instead of using this. So now that we have access to that, also to implement the image, we have to bring, it's called hosting. Make sure I spell that right. Hosting environment and environment. Okay, environment, and this one's going to be HE, and we have to initialize it again. Got to do the same thing. I'm going to go hit control dot. Okay, so that's that. Control dot, there it is. So now we have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and inside the index, I am going to go ahead and implement our first one. It's going to be context, and it's going to be products. And what I want to do is I want to include do C. Oh, I have to bring this in. Use entity framework core. And what I want to do here, I want to bring product types. And also we want to include the special tags, so that way we can access that. So F that special tag, there you go. And this one I want to do to list. All right, cool. So now we have the first one. The next one I want to do, I want to be able to go ahead and be able to create a new product. So I am going to pass here. Let me make a little note here. It says create method. This is going to be the create method. And this one is going to be public. And it's going to be action result. Just action result. I'm going to do action result. And this one is going to be create. Okay, so here inside this method, I'm going to pass view data right there. And this one is going to be, I'm going to pass product type ID. So here we want to do is new select. I want to select list, and I am going to pass. Hold on, why is this one underscore? All right, okay. So I'm going to pass this, and I am going to do product types, and this one is going to be to list. And also I'm going to pass an ID to be able to access. You need the ID, and also you're going to need product type. Okay, so that's the first one for the product type. Okay, so here, that's for the first one. That's for the product type ID. Now we're gonna need one for tag. We're gonna need one for the ID for the tag, and we're gonna do tag ID, and this one is gonna be same thing. We're gonna do a special tags to list, and we're gonna pass an ID, and this one we're gonna need the name. We're gonna need the name. Cool. And then afterwards we're gonna know what we're gonna do is we're gonna return a view. And here what we want to do is um yeah, that's it. Just return the view. That's that for that. That's for the create. Okay, cool. So so here now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create. We're going to have another method here. We're going to call this one create method. And this one here, what we're going to do is we want to do the HTTP pose. And here we want to do is we want to pass public. We want to make it accessible and async, and we want to make it task. And here we want to do is action resolve, and this one is going to be called create. And in order for us to create a new post or whatever or new product, we want to do is product. We want to pass here products, and I'm going to call it products. And here I am going to pass iForm and iForm file. And also we're going to pass the image. So that's how we're going to be able to submit the image. So now we have our properties in there. So here the first thing I want to do is I'm going to check if model state is valid. We want to wrap this, we want to encapsulate the method inside this. So, okay, so now we have it wrapped up in here. Now we want to do is create a variable. So this one's going to be called var search products. What I want to do is I want to search for the product. Search product. And this one we want to make it equal to, first we got to get the product. So we want to do is products. We want to do the first one will be full. You want to make it, so this one here we want to grab is by the name. And this one is going to be called products dot name. So now if search product it's equal to null, what you want to do is you back, and we want to do is we want to pass a message, and what we want to do is this product it's already we want to do is this product it's we want to call it this product is already listed. It's already listed. That's what we want to do. Already listed. Okay. So that's the message we want to pass. So the next one we want to do is view data. And this one we want to do is pass product type ID. And inside here we want to be able to select. So we want to do new select list. And we want to get context product types. You want to do to list. And inside there, you're going to need the same thing. We're going to need an ID, and we're going to need product types. It's just like this here, right there. Product type. Okay, so now we have that product type. So now we want to do the same thing. So I'm just going to copy this here, and I'm going to pass it over here. Copy that. All right, so then we want to do is I want to return our view. And what we want to do is we want to return the product. The product, there you go. So we want to return a product, which is right here, this one. So now we want to work on the image. Okay, so if image, so if there's no image or it's equal to null, what we want to do is, so we want to work in the image. So we want to give it we want to get a name. We're going to create a variable, it's called name. And here I want to do a path like that. And I want to do is combine inside there. I want to do the HE. And this one I want to do width, roof path. And I want to add, what I want to do is I want to add /images. Images like that, because that's just the path. And then I want to do path that get file name. So here what I want to do is I want to get image file name, and let me hit control dot and see what if we can implement. So we want to do is bring in system IO right here so we can get rid of that. So now we want to make it await, and we want to do image. That was not supposed to be. So we want to do image, copy to async. And here what we want to do is do new file string, and we want to pass the name, and also we want to pass the file mode that create. And here we want to do is products, and we want to do image. And here we want to do the path was going to be images / and I want to add image file name. Okay, so see why. 1 second, let me see why it's red. Oh, I didn't realize, like, see, I messed up over here bad. If you go here, it's supposed to be products. Okay, it's supposed to be products, and I'm gonna name this one products. So let me go ahead and bring this in. Okay, so now that we have brought this class products, we should be able to access this now. Now it's gone. Now I still got an error here. Let me hit control dot string and see what's going on over here. And here's supposed to be path that could file. Okay, good. So now that I got that, all right, so I'm finished with that. It was just a little minor errors. Okay, so now here I want to do is I want to do check if image is equal to null. What I want to do is I want to do products, that image. I want to make this one equal to the path. So I want to do is images. This one, if it's not equal, so like if it doesn't have an image, so I want to make it equal to image. So I want this to show instead. Okay. So I want this to show if there's no image, like if there's no, I don't have an image on it, this is what it's going to display. Okay. So now we can go ahead and do context products. We want to go ahead and add it. So what do you want to do is we want to add up the products. Then, because we're using the async task, we want to go ahead and await this. So I'm going to do context. Then we go ahead and save it. Save async. So once we save it, then we want to do is return it to the first page, which again is going to be the redirect to action, and it's going to be name of, and it's going to be index, of course. So then we just got to go ahead and return a view. Okay, so here we want to do is want to go ahead and return. We want to get out of that loop, return view, and here we want to return the products. Okay. So now we have that, we can go ahead and create a new product. So let's go ahead and continue with the methods here. So now the next one I want to do, I want to go ahead and create the edit one. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit. Let me work on this one. All right, so now we want to do is create the edit. So we want to do edit method. This one here, we want to do is public action result, and this one is going to be edit. And so whenever you do edit, you need an ID. So I want to do is we want to pass an integer, and we want to do an ID. So here it's going to be, I'm going to grab these two. Let me see these two here because it's the same thing. So because we want to be able to pass it through. So we want to implement that. And then, so then here, what I want to do is I want to grab the ID and I want to check if the ID is equal to null. So if it's equal to null, I'm going to return not found. Doesn't find anything, you want to go ahead and return that. So then here what we want to do is want to create a new variable, and this one is going to be called product. And here I am going to go ahead and let me go ahead and copy this one here, just like that. Go ahead and create this. So I want to pass that. So I want to do first and default, and here what I want to do is instead of passing, you know what, I messed up here, product first. Okay, so I want to do is instead of, I want to do go ahead and do include, and I want to go ahead and include the product types. So what I want to do is product types, and now then I want to also include, I want to include the tags. So I'm gonna do C for tags. Okay, so C dash special tags, and here I want to make it first of default, and I want to pass the ID, and this one is going to be equal to ID. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and do another if statement. So I want to go ahead if product. So if it doesn't find the product, so I want to go ahead and return. Return not found again. If it doesn't find anything. If not, you just return a product. Return view. I'm going to return the product. Okay, so now that's it for that one, for the edit. All right, so now I'm going to create another method but on this one here for the edit, I want to do this almost going to be almost the same as this one here, almost the same as HTTP post. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and we're just going to change a couple of things around. So that's that, HTTP. And this one, instead of being called create, I'm going to call this one edit. Okay. And inside the edit, we're gonna need it's pretty much the same. So here, the first thing we do is we'll go ahead and check the model state. And here, instead of what we're gonna do is on the edit here, okay, so we gotta pass two parameters. We're gonna pass the products, and here we want to do so here. We don't need to pass none of this right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. So what we want to do is want to check the image. So we want to do is check if the image is if there's no image there. So then you want to go ahead and pass the image. So here you want to go ahead and await copy async. So this is pretty much the same as the create the image. So then you want to pass another one here. You want to go ahead and grab the image. If it's equal to no, you want to go ahead and display it. There's no image. And once you do that, then you want to go ahead and instead of adding, you want to update it because this one, the image is already there. So if it's there, you want to go ahead and update it. So then you want to go ahead and save it, and then you return again back to the main index page. So that's very similar to the. Now the next page is going to be the detail page. So I'm going to go ahead and do. This one's going to be detail action method right here. So here you want to do public action result, and this one is going to be details, and then you want to grab an ID, of course, retrieve the detail. Okay, here on this one here, it's very similar to the other one. But let me go ahead and start from scratch so that you guys can see. So if here you want to go ahead and check for an ID, if the ID is equal to null, then you want to do a return not found. Return not found. It's a good practice because you're pretty much doing all over again. So here we want to do is bar product, and here you want to go ahead and grab the context, and then you want to do products, and here you want to go ahead and include again, and once you include it, you want to do the product types. See that product types, and you want to go ahead and include, and once you include it, you want to do the special tags because you want to go ahead and be able to pass that too. So, and then you want to do first of default, and you want to do C for the ID, and it's equal to ID. And then once you have that, then you can actually check for product. So you want to do if product is equal to null, return not found. Return not found. If you find it, you want to return the view, and this one is going to be product. So in other words, if you find it, you return it. Okay. So that's for the detail. So let me see. That's that. We got a couple more. So we got one more pretty much, which is going to be the delete. So let me go ahead and create those methods. So we got two more guys. Come on, we can do this. Let's do the two more methods. So here we want to go ahead and create the method, the delete method. So what we want to do is this one is going to be the get delete action method, and this one is going to be public again. Public. We want to do action result, and this one is going to be delete. I know you want to pass the ID. This one here, I'm going to copy that because it's very similar. This is super similar to that. And the thing is, we got to change a few things. So here, we want to do is grab, check the ID, make sure that if there's no ID there. So here, what you want to do is you want to grab the product. You want to go ahead and include the product types, the special, you want to do it also include the special tags. The only thing here you want to do instead of using first of default, you want to use where, actually wait, we want to do is, you want to do where. So here you want to do is where the ID is equal to ID. And then you want to pass first of default and close that up. So now, once you have the product, you want to go ahead and check it again. If it's not there, you want to go ahead and return not found. So now for the last one, now this is going to be the one for the, it's going to be the post, which is going to be the delete method, the delete action method. Here you want to do is you want to pass the HTTP post, and you want to do this one, action name, and this one is going to be, here you capitalize, it's going to be delete, and you want to do public action. Actually, wait, it's supposed to be async, and this is going to be task, and this is going to be action result, and this is going to be delete confirm. So this is, in other words, you're confirming that they want to delete it. So, and of course here you want to pass an ID in order to be able to delete it. So here it's going to be very similar. So I am going to grab these. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. All right, so what you want to do is check for the ID if it's there, if it's not there. So the only thing here I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the product. So let me take all this out. So here I want to do first of default, and if we have an ID, then we want to compare it. I want to go ahead and compare it. So if there's an ID there, okay. So now that you have a product there, you check it. So now you can actually go here. You want to do context dot products, and you want to go ahead and remove it. Remove, and what you want to do is remove it. You want to go and remove the product. So you want to remove this here, okay? So then you want to go ahead and await this, and then you want to go ahead and save the changes. So now that you already removed it, you want to save the change. And now you can actually do the return, and return is going to be redirect to action, and you want to do name off, and you want to send them directly to the index page, which is, that's the home page. And go ahead and delete this. All right, so that's that. And that's pretty much it for the controller. So let me go ahead and build it. Of course, it's not going to see anything yet until we create the view. So once we create it, but I want to go ahead and build it. I want to make sure the controller doesn't have any errors. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so no errors whatsoever. So that means it's working. So now we go ahead and go to the view. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Let me go to the view. Okay, so here I want to create a new folder, and this one is going to be called, it's going to be called products. Products, just like that. And inside products, I'm going to go ahead and create an index page. I'm going to go ahead and create a new view. It's going to be empty. Go ahead and hit just index like that. So let's go ahead and create that. So here I'm going to do is, so this one I'm going to call it home product. I want to make sure it's working. Home products, there you go. So if I refresh, okay, maybe hit Control R. So here I'm going to do, okay, so here instead of being admin products, I'm going to call it products. See if we get the index. Yeah, see, so now it's working good. So that's the index page. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the UI, but this is going to be for the admin on the admin area. So let's work on that. So let's go ahead and work on this here. All right. So let's go ahead and, all right. So here I want to do is, the first thing I want to do is implement the models, and I want to pass the INumerable. And here we're going to do the name of the application, which is mine is called e-commerce models that, and then here I want to do is I want to pass the models so that we can access this, and then want to do products. So now when we have that, so now we can access that. Go ahead and access the models inside this HTML page. So here I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and do view data, and this one I'm going to make it the title of the page to be index page. Okay, so that's, so here I want to pass, I'm going to pass some break. So okay, so here we're using Bootstrap. So I'm going to do, I'm going to pass a container. Inside this container, I'm going to create a row. So, oh, that's what it's going to do. Okay, so here we're going to do is div, and I'm going to give it a class of row. Now let's get rid of this one. So inside that row, I'm going to go ahead and pass a div with a class of colon dash. This one's going to be large dash 6. Inside this here, I'm going to pass a h2, and I'm going to call this one product list. This h2, let's give it a class of text dash info. Okay, so that's for the header, and inside this header I'm going to create another div, which is this one's going to be class, and this one is going to be colon large 6, and this one is going to be called text right. So here I'm going to create a link, and this one is going to be ASP that action, and this one is going to be called create, and this one, let's give it a class btn dash info, and I'm going to use font awesome for this one. And ooh, what is this? I got to close this one because we're using font awesome. So I gotta pass that iClass, and this one here I am going to pass fast dash plus. Okay, so inside there, I am going to call this one, I'm going to call this one a new product. A new product. Okay. Almost forgot about this little icon. This one is going to be dash MVSB, like that. So here, that's when that's gonna be the add up a new product. So that's for that row. Then we're gonna have here we're gonna create a form, and this one is gonna be, this form here is gonna be a post. Okay, so here we're gonna create a row. Can't even type class. And this one is going to be a new row. Here, let's give it a column of, let me see, let's give it a column of large 3. And here we want to do is want to put an input. Here we want to do the input, and I want to be able to type a number. So I'm going to do type, and it's going to be a number. This is going to be a class form control dash control. And I'm going to call this one, I'm going to do low amount. Okay, so this one's going to be low amount. Okay, so here, that's that. So I'm going to create another input here. So this one's going to be a number, and this one's going to be, I'm going to call this one, it's going to be a large amount. Okay. So in the last button, and the last one is going to be a button. So I give it another one. Okay, here it's going to be a type submit. So let's change this. Submit in this form. Actually, here is going to be a button on it. So let me change this one to btn and dash success. And the value on this one is going to be, let's give it a value. And this one is going to be search. This is where you're going to search. Okay, so we got to get rid of that. Okay, so that's that. Let's go ahead and save. Actually, and create another div here, and this one is going to be colon large dash 3, and we're just going to leave that blank. Okay, so okay, that's the form. That's that. Let's go ahead and create a break, so I will have a space in between the other form. So now here inside there, I am going to create another div. So this one here is going to be another div, and this one is going to be, see, this is going to be a table, and this one I want to make it stripe, a stripe, and I want to give it a border. And let's give it an ID so we can access that, because that's going to come handy later. So it's going to be called my table. And so that's that for the table. And okay. Wait a second, I messed up over here. I messed up over here. That's supposed to be just a div. Okay, here I am going to create a table. Here it's going to be table. Okay, so that's that. That's better. See, inside that table. Okay, so inside the table, what do we got to put? We got to put in, inside the table, we're going to use a T, and it's going to be th head. Here it's going to be a tr. You could page down with. Okay, so here we're going to give it a class. Let's put it. Let's name this one table dash info. Okay, that's going to be the tr, and then inside the tr we're going to have a bunch of th. And here we want to do is HTML. and we want to pass the display name. Display name, and we want it to this. We want to go ahead and pass seed arrow function arrow there, and then I'm going to pass the name. That's going to be the very first thing. We're going to copy this. I am going to copy this one a couple of times. Why is it doing that? Display 4. That's that. That should get rid of the error. Okay. So here I want to do is I want to copy this a couple of times. Couple of times, that's that. And then price. The next one is going to be product color. What was the next one? If you want to do is valid. Okay, so that's that. And then you want to do product type ID. And the last one, it's going to be here. We want to do is special tag ID, and then you want to give it th a couple of times. That's that. Cool. So okay, so that's that. Then here inside there, we're going to do the T body. So we do T body. Now we're going to do the for each. We want to do for each. And here we want to do bar item and models. Inside there, you want to do a TR. And then we want to have a bunch of TDs, TD. So you want to use item. And the very first thing is going to be the name. Oh, this one's supposed to be capital. So then we got a bunch of TD over here. So the next one is going to be on the item. It's going to be the price. Then now after price is going to be product color. NTD, and then it's going to be item, and did I mess up over here? Oh no. Okay, so now we want to do product color, and then it's going to be it's available, and then the next one is going to be TD item, and here you want to do product types. Product types, that's it. And then you want to do another TD here. You want to do item, and this one's going to be special tags, special tag that name, and this one's supposed to be product type, like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and see what it looks like. Maybe hit Control R, let it refresh. Yeah, cool. See, you got name, price, product color, special tags. So now the last thing, let's go back to the application here. So we're going to go ahead and add up some buttons on it. So, okay. Fix these gaps. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some partial views. So I'm going to go ahead and implement that. Okay, so that's that. All right, so here I am going to go ahead and create another TD over here, and let me do this TD
and we want to pass a partial, and the name of the partial is going to be already created. So it's supposed to be button partial, button partial right there. And then here we want to do model, and I want to pass the item ID. Yeah, so that's the bottom ID. Okay, so that's that. Let me go ahead and refresh the page, see what it looks like. Did I mess up there? Yes, I did. Okay, so the partial, I'm getting it from here. I created a partial. Let me show you guys. So it's inside the shirt folder. I got it right here. See, that's that. So that's a partial. You guys can get it from the GitHub. So if they code later, if if you miss anything. So okay, so I got that. Let me go back to the page. Okay, so it has a refresh. So now we want to go ahead and create a new product, which is right here. If I click on it, boom, it's not there. We don't have it. So we have to create that. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to products. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new HTML, a new view. Let's go ahead and hit NT, and this one's gonna be called create. That's that. All right, so that's that. Okay, so we got to go to the create. And here we want to do is, I want to go ahead and on the top inside the create, I want to go ahead and implement the models. And the name of the name of your project, mine is called ASP.NET Core E-commerce demo. And I want to go ahead and bring models, and this one is going to be our products. Okay, so here I want to do is, and this one's going to be view data, and this is going to be a title. So here I want to do is label this one create. So here I want to pass VR like that, and I want to create a container. So inside their container, I want to go ahead and pass the H2, and this one I'm going to do add new product. And here I want to give it a class, and this one's going to be called text, just like that. Okay, so here inside there, we want to go ahead and work on the form. So I'm going to do form, and this one is going to be a pose, and it's going to be, because we want to go ahead and pass that picture. So you want to pass and type, and this one is going to be called multi-part form data. Okay, and I want to pass ASP dot action, and inside there I am going to do create. Okay, so that's that. And inside there I'm going to pass a div, and this one here, this div is going to be it's going to be a P-4, and it's going to be round, and let's give it a border. Okay, and in there I am going to go ahead and create a div, and this is going to be a class, and I am going to give it a class of text danger. Okay, text danger, and this one is going to be ASP dash validation. and it's going to be summary. And this one I'm going to give it, it's going to be model only. Okay. That means it's going to pop up only in the model. Okay. So here I'm going to do a H3, and I'm going to pass view bag, view bag. Okay, like that. And this one's going to be the message. So that's the message I wanted to pop up. Okay, so now we have that. We can only create our first div. And this one is going to be form group, form dash group. And this is going to be a new row. Okay, so inside there, I'm going to do a div with the class of colon -2. And let's give it a label. Inside the label, I am going to give it ASP4, and this is going to be a name. Okay, so again, I'm going to do another div, and here I am going to give it a colon -5. Inside here, what we want to do is we want to pass the input, and this was going to be let's change this one to a class. And this one, let's give it a form control. And this, get rid of this here. Let's get rid of that, and let's put down ASP, and this is going to be 4. And of course, we want to pass the name on it. All right. So that's that. And here we want to do inside there, we want to do one for span. And this one, let's give it a class of text danger. And we want to do is this one is going to be ASP validation, and it's going to be 4 for name. Okay, that's that. Okay, cool. That's that. Perfect. Okay, so let me go ahead and build it. I want to see what it looks like. All right, cool. So that's that. That's going to be the first one for the name. Sweet. All right, so we're going to need name. The next one is going to be the price. So let me go back on that. So the application is kind of coming to life. It takes time to create something. All right, so the next one is going to be, we want to go ahead and name it price. So we're just going to change this one for price. And here we want to do validate for price. Okay, that's that price. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so we got the price. Perfect. So then the next one is going to be for the image. If I can go back now. So here we want to do the image, and okay, here we want to do image. Okay, and this is going to be type, and it's going to be type. It's going to be file. That's that, and we want to go ahead and validate for image, like that. Let me see what it looks like. So ASP then of course is marked to no. It's marked. Say it's enough. It's very smart. It knows that it's a file that I'm going to go ahead and upload a picture there. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and
I'll work on the next row. The next row is going to be the color. So let me go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and copy that. Okay, so here's going to be product color. Let's change this one to product color. Product color. Okay, cool. So that's that product color. And this here, we don't need that. Product color. All right, so now the next one is going to be a little bit different. So on the next one, I am going to be, here I am going to be passing, it's going to be the product type. So it's going to be product type ID, okay? So here, let me see on this column, instead of passing this input here, so instead of passing that, I'm gonna do, go ahead and do this. So instead of passing that, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and pass select, and it's going to be ASP4, and it's going to be special tag ID. Okay, so then it's going to be ASP.items, and what you want to do is we want to pass view bags, and it's going to be tag ID. Tag ID. And we want to give it a class. And the class is going to be form control. Okay, and that's when you select that. Okay, here we want to change it to special. Okay. You go ahead and refresh the page, make sure I don't have any errors. All right, cool. So now, see, now that we're able to retrieve those. So whatever I was putting in product type, which is over here, see, well, product. Oh wait, special tags. Did I mess up? Hold on. It's supposed to be special tags. Why is it saying special tags? Special tags. It's supposed to be special tags. Let me go back. Why is it saying product type? Did I mess up? I think I messed up the names. So I have to rename this. See, it's supposed to be product type. Product type. Did I have it backwards over here? Okay, we'll go back on that later. We'll have to, I think I have to change them around. Anyways, so now, now that we have that, we can actually, wait, special tag ID, product type ID. Ah, I see. I messed up over here. See over here, you see that says product type? It's supposed to be product type ID. And then I was jumping ahead of the game. And here it's supposed to be product type ID. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so here it's supposed to be product type ID like that. Okay. So now if we refresh, we should be able to get the right. See, now I'm getting the right thing. But in other words, I'm able to see that it's working. So see, now I'm getting the product types, which is over here. See, I'm getting the same thing. So if we go back, I went too far back. Okay. So now now I want to be able to get the special tags. So let's go back. So I'm going to do is just copy that. And I'm going to go ahead and pass this one. So just going to change it here. So instead of being product up, I'm going to do special tag ID. Same thing over here. Special tag ID. This one's going to be tag ID. Perfect. So that's that. See, now you're able to select that. Perfect. That is so sweet. Perfect. Cool. So you're able to check it. Now the next one, we got a couple more, and then we should be able to submit it. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and pass the next one. I think it was if it's available. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the one up here. And what I want to do is I want to pass here. I want to do is pass is available. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it's available, and I'm gonna make it this one. I'm gonna put type, and I am going to make this one a checkbox. Okay, so let's change this one over here. Okay, it's available. And then the last one, it's gonna be the button. So let me go ahead and copy this. So in the last one, I am going to remove this. I'm going to remove that, and let me go ahead and remove this column. And here I want to change it. So instead of being checkbox, I want to go ahead and do this one, submit. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a value. This one is going to be, let's give it a save. And let's change this one. Instead of being form control, now it's going to be BTN, and then I'm going to put this one primary, and let's get rid of this. Go ahead and get rid of that. Let's get it. Okay, so that's the, let me go ahead and get rid of this danger span, and I'm going to go ahead and make a link over here. So I am going to go, this one is going to be ASP action, and want to send them back to the index. And then this one, I'm going to give it a class of BTN. And this one's going to be success. And this one, I want to send them back to list. Okay. That's that. And I am going to go ahead and make it. Ooh. So now if we build it and we want to go ahead and submit the form, we should be able to submit the form. So let's go ahead and we go ahead, hit Control R, see what it looks like. Okay, perfect. So yeah, all right. So the first one I'm going to do, I am going to call it, let's call it running shoes. Let's make this one $50. Let's pick a picture. I am going to, let's go to pictures. Let me see images. Let's just pick one. Let's pick one of these. And let's pick this one. Let's make it color red. Let's make it movies. This is just for testing. Running shoes. It is available. And we'll go ahead and hit save. And boom, I got an error. Okay, let's figure out why I'm getting this error. All right, let me go back. It says go to line 61 inside the product. So let me go back. Okay, so it says line 61. So I went to line 61, everything looks good. So if we look at the error here, it says directory now found. So I cannot find the path. So what I forgot to do is actually forgot to create a folder inside the www rules, which is right here. I don't have a folder named images, so I am going to go ahead and create a folder. And we'll try it again. Images like that. All right. So if we go ahead and
Let me go ahead and build the application, control F5. And go ahead and refresh this. Let me go back. All right, so let me go ahead and let me see. Did it create it? Back to list. Nope. Okay, so let me go ahead and add a new product. Now that we have that, let me refresh this, make sure it works. All right, so this one, I'm gonna go ahead and running shoes, price $5,000 for the pair of shoes. It's kind of crazy, right? Let me just put that there. Color is red, books available, save. Boom, voila. It's right there. Running shoes, okay. That is perfect. So you can, of course, we can't edit that because we haven't created that. But yeah. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and add up a new one to make sure it works. So let me go ahead and do, let's create an Angular web app. This charge somebody $5,000 to create an application. Let's go ahead and put that picture there. Let's make it blue. Let's make the book 12. It's website templates. It is available. Let me go ahead and save it. Boom, I got two. All right. So all of that is getting saved to the back end, to the database. So I can show you guys. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and open this. I'm using SQLite. Let me go ahead and open database. Let me look for the project. Let me go ahead and go here and go over here to my file. All right, cool. So inside here, let's look for the folder that says products, browse data. Let's look for products. Oh yeah, see, it's saving it here. The image is there. Running shoes, the price, it is available, product type. Okay, I was going to show you another thing too here. So the folder that I created, it's, see, now it has two images there. So if we go here, oh, so see, you got two images there. So yeah, so it's saving it. So now that's that. All right, guys. So this video was pretty long. So I'm gonna have to make it a couple, in another video, guys. But anyways, stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully, you guys learned something here. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you support the channel. That helps. Make sure you share. Make sure you leave a comment. And thank you guys for my subscribers or people that've been following me closely. Thank you so much. I Without you guys, the channel, cannot continue. So I appreciate it. So don't forget to check out my other videos and stay tuned for more. And then I'll definitely make another video. So with the how to create, edit, and all of that. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.